Okay, let's go live here. Another YouTube video called Me on My Live Stream. Well, gonna be good morning coffee blog here because I'm thinking about things in my life today. But also at Boxing Day here in London too, pouring down ice, getting a pretty nasty ice out here. It's a creasing on the ground, pretty slippery. But I'm sure that I can probably get out there and get stuff done today, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna get stuff done today. Sitting back here, I'll get some things done today. I don't know what I get done, but it is my Airbnb. I'm staying here. Well, anyway, today I'm gonna talk about things about the common mistake I see at when I do a radio show. Common mistake first year students do, well, and the story can be about that mistakes and how these mistakes can be costly in the future for the whole damn that those little first year mistakes are costly because many first year students never been away from their parents and soon they are they're gonna find out things. And I'm gonna say common mistakes what a first year university student will commonly make, but could also cost them a lot, cost them the education process. One common mistake is getting the OSAP and not paying it back when they graduate. That biggest mistake, because if you don't, they'll go after you that money and it will follow you any place, anywhere in the world. They will collect from you. And some point in some country, they will throw you in jail for that. Believe it or not. That one big common. Another big common mistake, uh, where students turn around and I'm gonna go. I like a new Apple phone, phone, iPhone, whatever out there, and that newfangled phone. You go out and go to, and here you go, walk into a cell phone store. Oh, you can have this iPhone for zero down with $49 a month and a cost of wait. And what happened? They go in, they get it, get back to the resident, turn it on. It was a signed contract. Don't read the fine print. Next thing you know, you get a bill for $200 every freaking month. Paying the damn bill. They're not. Then when they need money by textbooks, they don't have money. They spend all that money on paying for a phone that both be zero down, and they get mad and they go to a cell provider. Well, you said the phone's zero down. Well, no, that's a scam. No, it's you got to pay for the phone. See, so remember that one. Don't fall for a zero down phone scam, because that's what it is. That companies do those scams, and they're gonna target first year students because they know, hey, that they don't have a lot of money. They know that, so they're gonna target that. Well, another thing is, okay, they get in, they're sitting in their residence, campus residence, they're studying hard, they're trying to get everything done on their life, and your life is going down the tubes because of other people kept coming to your house, and they say that, well, let's go out and have a couple of beers down at a bar tonight, student bar downstairs. You want to have a few beers? Do you want to? Yeah, sure, sure, sure. That's well, oh, then it go blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, then they missed class, because they got so drunk they missed the class, and they get called into. Then next thing you know, they look at the bank account, zero on the $4 5 bank account, and no money to buy anything. They're starving. They got a meal card, but you be able to use the meal and get into financial trouble at that point. We're a point where I can't afford my education. I can't afford to pay for all this. I'm paying the phone bill, I'm paying this, I'm paying that. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. And you know what? I'm gonna walk out and not come back to university. It's too expensive for me. And then walk out of university by the end of the first year or fail exams on purpose to get out of there. Just walk out and not come back. And they will find what did they do to what happened to the intuition that they were put into. Guess what they did? Well, they went intuition goes into the garbage can. They just threw the intuition in a garbage can. Not only did it throw the intuition into a trash can, what else happened? You want to really know what else happens to us? That they get a black mark on that and decide to go back to university. University said, nope, your application for this been rejected. Black mark, sorry. I seen that too. You know what I'm talking about? I seen it happen. I seen it. I seen where see if McMaster campus. Yeah, I seen it happen to students, and these are common mistakes first year students do make in university. Well, you get to university, you're gonna find that everything is not all hunky dory. You got a lot of responsibility on hand, more than I can say. Well, anything. And its responsibility is one. You know what that is? Hmm. Big responsibility gonna be one thing. Well, do really want I can tell you what big responsibility gonna be. You gotta be responsible for yourself. Even though you got reps like SRA, you got student reps and everything else on campus, they will help you so much. Student social service will help you, too. You got physical and health, mental health people on there too that will also work with you. It's very difficult for any student, very difficult for first year student, not knowing the rope, being away from parents, not having their parents beside them to assist in their needs. And that these are things too. But there are people out there will help me. Number one, be success at university. You got your intuition. Don't blow all spend your money on books, textbooks and stuff, a bus pass, and be limit and meal card too. Well, and you sit back and you go back and go in the lecture hall, all your classes you're gonna take. You sit down and listen to the teachers first, the instructors in the classroom. You listen to the instructor or professor teaching the class. For example, you learn and you write stuff down. You're gonna get it and all that. You start going through a whole day like that, and you sit back, relax, and the students I encourage go and get drunk. And I say no, no, I'm not gonna do that. But thanks for offering type deal. And you go through your year and you get to exam time, and guess what? You will then you do your exams. You might get a question. Well, oh yeah, you got this exam you got an A on. Well, exam B you got an A, but exam D you have you got two questions wrong for about unfortunately, if we can work on it next month and get it right, make sure you're right. So you go off on Christmas, you have a great time home, and come back to university again. You get more education and point. You do more. You get back in resident, sit down, relax, go through your email, and you go through. And the second, you pay in every. And what you go through another year, go through a whole West Africa University, and you get to May, you're gonna get exams. You finish, go out. You're getting a job. You're working first time in life at an actual job somewhere in the community. And you go back and they come back next year and you do the same every year. And what when you go and day you graduation, day you do your last and final exam, and day you graduate, you be standing in front of everything. You be wearing a big graduation, beautiful, decked out to nines in the business, and we say that you get a diploma, a graduation diploma, a plaque, everything. And you're gonna look back on that. You're gonna leave university. You have a good paying job by then, and good job. You may, and like it pays well. And you're gonna buy your first. That's where the life is. You end up coming out with a good education. knowing what you took, if you took science and stuff, you might come out being and learn how to be a college, university professor, and take that job as a professor. Well, hopefully, these are a good thing, but also too, lot okay. People, some students think I'm gonna see exams in high school, and the final year of high school, get into university. Uh-huh. No, you don't do that. Why? Number one, you may get in. Number two, you may end up, not performing very well as a student at university, at curriculum. May find yourself in more so than anything else. You may find yourself not doing an exam before Christmas. You find yourself failing a mystery exams or even courses you take because you're not prepared for it. So that's the worst thing. I've seen that before. Right at Christmas time, they leave, they don't come back. Think about it. Well, the other things out there in campus out there are gonna go back on to well, well, that this one thing I see. Well, they just threw it into risking old sap in the garbage can. They just threw it alone in a can, and that's just what they did. They sent it alone, put it alone in a recycle bin, and it gets recycled. Boom. See? Wow, you are there. You go. That's big, big seating in high school is not allowed. No, active fact. What happens to students to seat on exams in university? You want to know? I know what happens. What happened? The first thing happened, first thing is your professor find out you're seated with another exam mark, and you're gonna try to get that mark. Oh, but you know, Professor Brown says to you, "Well, can go to our class? Can you come in my office, please? You come in, have a comfy seat here." And this high brass chair and all that. Sit down. I'm going to talk. Well, we went over exam. You found that you seated on this exam. Yeah. Oh, huh. Well, did you really seat on it or not seat? Um, uh, uh, well, look like you're seated and you're going to be suspended from the university as a result. So, pack your things, ready. You're leaving today. Bang. Yeah, okay. And the boat going on. Oh no, I lost my education. Oh, and know what? You've been expelled from the university at point. That's the biggest no mistake right there. See? Well, that's what happens to students. When they do seat exams in university, you will be expelled. No ifs and buts. And you were never able, and you black marked on it too. So when you try to get a job out there, you can't get a job because you don't have the experience to get a job. Then you end up, rent getting past due in your place you're living at. You can't pay the rent. You go into something else. What happens after you can't pay the rent? You know what happens? Well, I can't pay the rent. You end up well, there's something else happened when you cannot pay the rent. Well, you're and all that. Then the landlord comes with a nice notice from there saying, "Please pay your rent, or I'll safe eviction." And then comes the notice. Then comes this knock on your door. Open up, sheriff. Warrant for eviction. And the sheriff comes in and he grabs you, put you in the hallway, and tell you, pack your thing, get out now. What do you mean? What do I can't now? I mean now. You leave the apartment. Therefore, you walk out on the street, and you got with a pack on your back and a sleeping bag. All you got, and maybe your cell phone is lucky. And then you go sitting on a corner with a tin cup in your hand, say, spare change, spare change, spare change. Huh. And he's struggling. There you go. Now you're homeless. And here comes another thing. All of a sudden, somebody comes and they open up a big, sorry, somebody comes here. They open up this. They open up a big briefcase of money. Ooh, yes. Here you go. I'm going to give you your airline ticket. I want you to go down. I got a bag sitting at the airport. A bag picking that in Central America I left behind in a Mr. Hotel. Could you go down there, pick it up for me, and bring it back here? Here, yeah. I'll bring it back. Oh, sir, I can. That $1,000 you get if you do it. Oh man, I can use that money. Ooh, yeah. That's $1,000,000 to get it. Well, anyway, so you get on a plane and he's sitting in regular class. You're flying down to Bogota, Colombia. You get off the plane. Your guy meets you at the airport, and a city dude in a beat up old truck. You get a cab. He drives you to a hotel, get you in, and then he tells you this, and he tells you, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put all these in you. We're gonna pump your ass full here. You're gonna have an ass full. You're gonna have a buttock could be so big when we finish with you, but you won't be able to. You'll be like a hip roof of barn, like a lady's butt. Well, and lie you down in a table, and they start to put all these little tiny packages in the butt, and then start filling you up, and it feels like you have to go to the bathroom, but they cement the butt shut so you can't sit them out, and then they sew your buttock shut, so your buttock like big, huge, and you can't even put it tight in the middle of jeans. You're trying to walk, and it's hard to walk because you're not used to having a big butt like I have. So finally, wanted to come back to the airport, and they get in. They hand their tickets that second. Okay, they walk past second with a suitcase. Okay, then they go into the area to wait for the flight. Okay, well, and two young guys come up behind you. Two big old guys in plain clothes, dirty looking, like, come on, sir, you coming with us today, now. I'm waiting for my plane. You're coming now. And what happens? You get on, well, they take you into a side room. And what do? They look you over, can't find drugs in suitcase. They put you through a body scan. I found your ass is full. Found your buttock is so big it full of drugs. What they do, they cut the stick and start taking the drugs and start weighing them all by one. And then the human race comes out at the same time and what happened next? Well, here's a bad story. What is going to happen next? You know what that is? Well, they're going to turn around, they'll take your photo, take your fingerprint, and they're going to hear a sound go, and guess what? They will take you away, and they have a date, and they're gonna bring you over and they're gonna stamp you back in the country, and then from there they take your passport and everything, and they will wheel you and they take you in. You know where they take you to? They take you right to the jail, where you'll be beaten up and have to literally fight for food. You end up in that jail, sitting there for attempting to smuggle drugs. You sit there for years. You call Canadian Embassy. Oh, we can't help you because it's in basic. I can't help you, but we can try to get you out. Well, we can't do that because you're doing a sentence. Sorry. And he's sitting there and he's waiting. The time go on. The guy beating you up, and you're starving. Don't have food because the inmates will have to make you do favors, make you bumfuck them just to get food, make you do sex to get food, run you as a toy. And finally, and they really think hard, and finally sitting there year after year after year. Finally, the guard comes in. Okay, your time is up now. Your expired sentence that just expired now, TX, means your sentence expired. For now, you are going to be released today. Oh, goody. Oh, what happened? And then he get released. All of a sudden, they open the door, you're least acting on the streets, a bigger to Columbia, you're wandering around the street, and you're trying to figure out how I can get back home. And you realize the only option you got at that point is deportation. Yep. So you take a job and you do a low income or start a little business like selling stuff, selling coconuts or something or bananas at a with cruise ship coming just to make money. You're making that money. Then one day you sit there, two beautiful looking man will come. They'll buy some coconut from you. Well, they will. But what happens when they buy the coconuts? Can you guess? I'll tell you that. Coconuts you buy are, they buy it and take them with it. And what happened next? Then two off-police cops will come to you in uniform, and they'll turn around and say this, sir, yeah, while you under arrest for being in Colombia legally as a legal alien, and you're going to be deported back to Canada. What? Okay, wow. But they come, they raid you, stand, shut it down. They throw you in the back of a vehicle. They drive you back to the airport, but they drive you to a secured area where you, and what do you next? Then all of a sudden a flight comes in from Canada, then they give you that ticket and they'll escort you right to the plane. And what they do, and they take you and they escort you. They'll take and then what do they come out of the car? They release you right the deck right there, and they stand there, make sure you walk down the jet bridge, to the plane, and you know what? And with anybody else, you walk on board, you sit down board and not that. And you get on plane takes off. You got paperwork, all that from the officers there. You got to show Canadian custom. So when you arrive at Toronto Airport, you get on a plane, get ready to go through customs. They'll take the paperwork, they look at it, stamp it, and that. Okay, good, congratulations, you're home. Then you walk over and you end up on the streets in Toronto bumming money again. And this time you learn that, again, you can't get off. And finally you run to Salvation Army, and you say, I need help getting off the street. I don't want to do this thing. I'm tired. The Salvation Army will say to you, well, we can help you in that way. And they start doing that. Next thing you know, they will clean you. Next thing you know, get cleaned up and stuff. You had a dormitory, you say a couple cranky guys or a bunch of cranky ladies who want nothing more to do with you. By the time then you leave, at that point, you know what happens next? You will turn around and you will fucking, then all of a sudden they have a part, to sell the case for, you got an apartment you to rent here, I'm Blue West. Okay, how much? $300 a month. Good. And what I do? Well, welfare will pay your rent free. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that. Well, okay, I take it. You get in, you have your own apartment, and you're happy. You're living there, and you're paying your rent. You got your life back, and that's what happens. That's the sad tale of what happened at university when a seat on jam, that could be your future too. Think about it. Seating, ending up on the street, ending up with smuggling drugs to Colombia, getting caught. and ending up finally you get the help you need. Now, see that what does it take? There's a problem. See the problem there? All because you thought of making extra money, all because you couldn't manage your money and therefore could manage money and you threw into big art. I didn't have the occasion. But now you see, there you go. You waste money, waste your parents' money. So when you go to university, one question I gotta say, answer your exams to the best of your ability. If you get a question wrong, you study a little harder to get it right the next year, next time you do an exam. Well, and same in high school. Listen to your teachers or instructors and any professor, I guess those teachers, instructors, professors, and listen well and listen good and answer your exams to the best of your ability. And please don't cheat, you know, and don't be that college dropout that you're gonna be. When you graduate university, at least you're gonna have a job you can go to and be happy anyways and know how to look at it. Anyways, I'm gonna say, okay, it blog over. One common rule: don't answer it to best of your ability. And remember, if you like this video, I want you to slide down, click the like button, or I want you to click the subscribe button here, and it is and subscribe to videos on YouTube is free. It's $0. You subscribe the video on my video, any video out there, it doesn't cost you a damn penny. And you may like it too. And when a new video come out, remember, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I will see you next time on YouTube Live. Thank you. Have a wonderful and productive day or evening wherever you're watching in the world. And be safe.